back to my channel. We don't change our heart, we change our mindsets. Don't change your heart, change your mindset. Because we tend to let life change our ways of being who we are. We tend to change. We tend to let life change the person that we once was, or we tend to change our heart for the worse, or sometimes we will put our heart on the back burner for a lot of things, but don't seem to wanna. But we seem to change our heart instead of our mindset first. When we're letting life beat us up constantly, when we're letting things, come to our life and put a strain on ourselves, we tend to let life control our heart instead of letting us controlling life. So change your mindset instead of your heart. That's why there's a lot of people out here now that's cold-hearted, or don't have a heart, or don't have a soul for others, or don't have sympathies for others. So we have to put our hearts, put our heart back to once where it was, like once where how God wants us to be, or like once you get the relationship with God, once you put yourself and pull yourself back into God, God is the only one knows you, the only one and original you. He the only one that knows who you are. He the only one knows your heart. He the only one knows what's triggering you than you even do. So once you sit down and you give yourself to God, and you pour a lot more of yourself off to God, God would make you understand yourself more than you ever knew. He will open up your eyes to things that you didn't even think that it was, that was like there at first, or oh, like this. That's something that I used to do, or that's something, that's something that I used to experience, or, because we experience things in life, and we let life change our heart, instead of us changing our mindset to something positive, instead of changing our mindset to something better, instead of, changing the way that we're thinking instead of our heart. Don't change the way that you're loving, your kindness, your patience, the way you love others. Don't silence your heart for everyone else. Don't silence yourself. Don't silence yourself for everyone's needs. Don't hold yourself accountable for something that something that you already talked about it over with God, and God forgave you. You forgave yourself. Don't let somebody, or let someone, or let life in general hold something over your head that was in the past. It's in the past for a reason. God got you through that past so you can learn the lesson, so you get through the lesson. Once you learn the lesson and you got over it, you get over it. Don't keep dwelling on it. Don't change. That's how people change their hearts. That's how you change your heart, by holding on to things, by holding on to the past, by holding on to something that was so long ago. The moment you change your way of thinking, the way you let your heart think for you, then your mindset, then you will be in a place of like, okay, now I get it. I get a lot of things. I get why this and this and this and certain things have to happen. Or I get why, I put myself out like that, because life has its turns. Life has its toll. Because sometimes we'll be so, we'll let life, put us somewhere we don't want to be, or we usually be at, because we let life put a strain on our hearts, instead of us changing the way that we're thinking, instead of changing the way that how we view ourselves or how we view others. We have to change the way our mindset is programmed. We have to change the way how we're accepting things in our mindset instead of changing our heart. You know what I'm saying? Because the moment you change your heart, it's going to be a little harder for you to get out of the stubborn stages of a lot of things that we're dealing with, like depression and anxiety, stuff like that. It's going to be a little harder to get out of that once you change your heart. But you can always, like change your mindset for something else. You can always change your mindset to something better than it previously was. Like fight with yourself every day with changing your mindset to something positive. Fight with your mind every day with something, that makes you happy, makes you feel good. No matter what the circumstances is, no matter what life looks like, no matter what life throwing at you fight life. You fight life back. Don't let life fight you and you're not doing anything about it. You just, dwelling over it. Keep thinking about it. You get your heart changing. Like that's one thing that I told God, like that over the years, of course my heart has changed. But I'm just not getting back to myself to like realize, okay, I let my heart change. I let a lot of things in me that once wasn't there change the way how I view myself and how I view others and how I see this world. So I had to, sit down with God, get honest with myself, be honest with myself about the things that I was, processing in my head. I had to, let go of the dead weight. I had to let go of the negativity that I was putting into myself. I had to let go of the of the past that was putting me in the negative mindset. I had to let go of thinking about the future too much that was putting myself in a negative mindset. Because if we're constantly thinking about negativity all day, that's where our day is gonna become. If you're gonna keep on continuing thinking positive, that's what your day is going to become. So we have to keep on, no matter how much depression is trying to fight you, fight back. No matter how much your anxiety is trying to fight you, fight it back. Let yourself know that you are more worthy of being respectful to yourself. You're more worthy of being nice and kindly to yourself. You're more worthy than your insecurities. You're more worthy than your anxiety and your depression and everything else that's going on in your head. Don't let don't let all that in your head beat you down to the point that you have to change your heart. You have to change your heart towards yourself and towards others. Because like I said, the moment you change your heart, it's going to be a little harder to change that than your mindset. Because once your heart is changed, you're kind of stubborn in ways that you wouldn't normally be in. Like you're kind of stubborn of how I wanted to change, or you're kind of stubborn of like open up your eyes to see what's wrong with you, or like that's why I say you have to sit yourself down with God and be honest with yourself. Always be honest with yourself about the things that you're feeling, the things that you're seeing, the things that you're talking to yourself about, the things that you're hearing. Be honest with yourself. Like, and not a lot of things that you hear doesn't always connect with you. But you have to be honest with yourself and sit down and be like, does that connect with me? And then if it doesn't, don't dwell on it. And then if it does, fix it. Only way you can fix it is by practicing. Only way you can, get out of those mindset is by practicing. Like myself, I've been battling with the anxiety for all my life. I can remember like all my life. So it took me forever to start talking positive about myself. It took me forever to start, uplifting myself. It took me forever to get to this point where I'm like, okay, more positive than anything else at this point. I'm not thinking or talking negative about myself. I don't care what the circumstance is. I don't care what my life has to say. Like, I don't care what my life is looking like. I'm going to keep talking positive about myself. I'm going to keep on uplifting myself with more positive memories, with more positive thoughts. Let your past be your positive thought. Don't keep when you're dwelling over the past. Don't look for negativity in the past. Look for something positive and then stop thinking about it. Because the moment you keep dwelling over the past, the devil or your enemy or the devil, whatever you want to call it, will throw some in your mind to take you off of that, to take you off of the positive mindset. But you want to keep, like I said, the more you do it, you will get used to it. It takes practice. It takes practice, and it takes practice, to talk positive to yourself. It takes practice and dedication to be nice to yourself, to be kind to yourself, to give that off to others as well. Because how would you know how to be positive if you don't know how to? How would you know how to be positive if you don't know how to be positive to yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like throw that. If someone is throwing negativity to you, you already prepping up with positivity in your head. You know what I'm saying? That you don't even have to say it out. If somebody's throwing it at you, you can say it out if you want to, but if somebody throwing negativity at you, you throw positive back on top of it. Life change the way that you are. Don't let depression or anything like that change the way that you are, especially if you have a good heart, especially if you're kind, especially if you're out here doing the right thing. Don't let no one change your heart, not even yourself. Don't change your heart for yourself unless it's something that you don't agree with. That's the only way that you can, that you change your heart. You can change your, like I said, once your heart changes, it's gonna be hard to change it. But you can change it. It's all about practicing. Once you practice how to change your heart, it would be easier. It would be easy to get through those negativity thoughts. Once you're, taking everything out of you that you don't agree with, or you and God don't agree with, don't align with. So you can, once you start removing the layers of the, whatever that's going on that you disagree with, then it becomes easier to talk that thing out. It becomes easier to walk it out. It becomes easier with life throwing stuff at you. You can throw stuff back at life. Like don't let life beat you up for something that you're here to live for. We're all here to learn something from today and tomorrow. We're all here to learn something that was in the past. We're all here to learn something. You have to learn it. Once you learn it, don't go back to that mistake. You can, like when I say don't go back to that mistake, don't, because God got you out of that mistake. God got you out of that. Don't keep walking back to the past when God got you out of something. Don't keep dwelling back into the past because it's going to be harder for you to get out. A little harder this time for you to get out because you let a lot of more stuff come back into you, the things that God already released from you. So you want to stay in a positive mindset no matter what. You want to stay in alignment with God no matter what. You want to build a relationship with God. Keep building that relationship with God. Keep getting closer to God. The more you get closer to God, the more you will start to see that a lot of things that's on your heart is not you. A lot of things that's in your mindset is not you. Like, because we accept things when life throws at us. We accept when, when life throws stuff at us, we start to accept it, to believe it. So sit yourself down and ask yourself, especially things that you keep dwelling over and you keep dwelling over, keep coming in your head, keep coming back, keep coming. Ask yourself, like, is this really me? Or am I overreacting? Or am I overthinking it? Or I'm letting things in life put stuff into me, put stuff into my head. It's trying to change my heart, trying to change my ways of how I am. Thank you for watching my video. You guys, please stay positive. Stay positive. Stay positive. Keep going. Life comes with battle. Life comes with tests. All it takes for us to learn from them. Learn from them. Keep practicing of learning your ways of who you are. Of loving yourself more. Be kind to yourself more than you ever have been. Because this world is this world has a lot of things that will destroy you, will put you in a place that you don't want to be in. Don't let life beat you up. You be life, no matter what it is, no matter what life looks like, no matter what it throws at you. You throw it back. You throw positive back. Life tells you this, you say I'm not that. Life tells you this, you tell them I'm not that. Life tells you is that, you say I am that. Say, cause look, throw positive words back on it. The more you throw it back, the more you'll get used to it, and then on top of it, the more you will turn a blind eye to negativity, turn a blind ear to negativity. Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, keep going, keep walking in that faith, keep walking in that belief that you have with yourself and God. Keep working on yourself. The more you work on yourself, the more you realize that I'm a cool person. I'm a nice person. I'm an amazing person. So keep working with yourself. It's hard, but it gets easier. Every work that we put into ourselves is worth it. Every work that we put in with God is worth it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching my video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Go follow me on all my social medias. It will be all in the description, in the description box below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Stay positive.